The Champions League is back, and boy, did it deliver again. I mean, yesterday's games were like, damn, we had the Juve Dortmund drama, and I was thinking, there's no way that can be topped. Oh, I mean, it wasn't topped to that level, but it delivered to an extent. What's going on, people? It's your boy, that's my 21, back again with another video, and as always, we're going to be recapping tonight's games because I did promise you lot I'm going to be consistent this week and drop a video at least once every single day. So I got you. Without further ado, let's get into it. I mean, the Champions League games yesterday, I thought surely they can't be topped. Today, they went even up another level. And you know what? People were criticizing you for this league phase format, but damn, the matchups we're getting. I mean, yesterday we had Juve Dortmund. Today we had Chelsea Bayern, Liverpool Athletic. Tomorrow we got Rafinha and Pedri going up to St James's Park to play Joe Linton. We got Kevin De Bruyne back at the Etihad tomorrow. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, how greedy. Shout out JB. But let's get into it without further ado. I'll be honest, the first two games I didn't watch them, the early games. Shout out Paphos though. I just catch the last bit of it. I mean, to your first time in the Champions League and to walk away with a point in Olympiacos, a hostile crowd. I know Marinakis isn't going to be happy with that result, but fair enough, they took the points. And obviously Bodo Glimt, again, back in the Champions League. I don't know if they're back in the Champions League, but first time I won the Champions League, and their journey's been phenomenal. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago they beat Jose Mourinho's Roma side 6-1. I remember a couple of seasons ago they played Arsenal. Last season they were in the Europa League semi-final, beating the likes of Lazio on the way. And when they played at United at Old Trafford, they gave them a run for their money, and anyway, in the end United won. But anyway, shout out them. But let's start with the first. Let's start with the 8 p.m. games. The first game I'm going to talk about is PSG against Atalanta, and look. I predicted PSG to win, but 2-0, but they won 4-0 in the end. And obviously PSG were missing Desiree Doué and Dembele, and obviously Kvara did go down in their last game. But he did travel with the team. I didn't expect him to start, but he was in from the get go. And obviously Atalanta were missing Edison and Ademola Lookman, but PSG dominated them. I'll be honest. I mean, within the first 5 minutes, PSG scored through Marquinhos. Good overlap by Ruiz to put it across the box for Marquinhos to be there for the tap in, and he won the ball back for them. That's a good thing. And yeah, it was an onslaught. Then I mean, they had some chances there. PSG had so many chances. I mean, Bradley. I've defended you. I've always said if Barcola could be 5% more clinical, I think you're looking at one of the best left wingers on the planet, because he's so good. He does everything right until it comes to the finishing, and he missed so many chances. I mean, don't even get me started on that penalty. That was one of the worst penalties I have ever seen. No run up, just one step, bang. A weak ass penalty, and Kana says he saves it, and then they double their lead through Kvaratskhelia. I mean, for me, was man of the match. Really phenomenal performance. He just runs through the whole Atalanta midfield. I don't know what they were doing. Someone had to bring him down, didn't, and then he just slots it. Kind of says no chance, and you're thinking they're game set match, because I really don't remember like Chevalier having much to do. And then obviously the second half they make some changes. I mean, Nun Mensch gets a goal. Fair enough, man. I mean, the season he had last season, he just started where he stopped, and then obviously Gonzalo Ramos gets the fourth goal. I mean, back pass mistake, and then he's just there to finish it off. I mean, look, overall PSG were the better side. I mean, shout out Marquinhos at the back, really good performance by him. What's his name? Maldini, shout out, son of the great Diego Maldini. Daniel Maldini didn't have much to do, and didn't really do much because he locked him off. Fabian Ruiz, another one I want to give a big up to, because he was really tremendous in that midfield. Everyone always talks about Vitinha, everyone talks about Neves, no one really talks about him. He was really good, jack of all trades in that midfield, got the legs, very technical, and I think he's a really good midfielder and comes up with the odd occasional goal when needed. So big up him, man. Every team you need like a Fabian Ruiz that's just there to do these things, like him, your McAllisters, them type of players. But yeah, big up PSG. They win 4-0 and they keep it moving. Obviously, they've got the big game on the weekend, Le Classique against Marseille, who we talked about yesterday. Videos in the description for that. But yeah, next game we're going to talk about. Yeah, we're going to go to the Allianz Arena where Bayern München hosted Chelsea Football Club. And I predicted Bayern to win 3-2, because I just feel like Chelsea, Bayern have been too ruthless to start the season. I mean, scoring goals for fun. And in the first half, it was much closer than the game ended up being because Chelsea did have some moments on the counter attack, but I just feel like outside of Palmer, they don't really have any other more attacking options. I mean, João Pedro got really, really locked up by Upamecano. Shout out him. I think he's someone that's gets disrespected a lot by. I think just fans just don't watch him week in week out. I think they remember the Haaland game against Man City, which was bad, but he's really much improved under him. Company's really put his arm around him, and he's kind of built that defense around him, and he's been phenomenal. For me, I think the last year and a half, he's been top 10 centre backs in the league, top 10 centre backs in the world, man. Really, really good performance by him. Lima had a really, really underrated performance by him. He was really, really good, especially when he went to left back. And then I think by Chelsea's side, I think the attack was just toothless. Like outside of Palmer, they didn't really have many people creating stuff for them. I mean, Pedro Neto, I don't know what's happened to him. Like he started the Club World Cup, I thought, okay, now he's starting to kick into form at Chelsea, but sometimes I don't want to be disrespectful, but he runs like a headless chicken, man. Head down, no options, just run, run, run. I mean, that's the problem. Like they don't really have any. I mean, maybe this was a game for Estevao, and you look at like the players they signed. Like João Pedro was a good signing, Estevao was a good signing, but then your left wingers you signed Gittins and Garnacho for a combined total of 90 mil. Like there were so many wingers out there in the market. You could have had like Barcola, Rodrigo, Leao, Malik Fofana. All those guys could improve with Semenyo, but it is what it is. I mean, shout out, obviously, the first goal, I think it was an own goal, courtesy of Chalobah. I thought maybe Upamecano tapped it in, but Borges whipped across and ends up going off of him. And then, obviously, they get the penalty. Was it a penalty? Yes. I mean, Caicedo, when you're going in like that in the box, you have to win the ball. I mean, that's the thing. Harry Kane was never missing from the spot. And then, obviously, the third goal, I don't know what the hell Chelsea were doing playing out from the back like that, and then misplaced pass, and he just slots it into the corner. From a Chelsea side, I mean, Palmer brought them back in the game, was a good goal, but some individual players that really, really impressed me. I mean, from a Bayern side, Harry Kane. I mean, I've someone that really likes his performances, but the problem is with Harry Kane, it's the big games for me that he just doesn't step up. I honestly think he can score 50 goals this season, but it's those big games he's got to step up. And today, he was phenomenal. The link-up play, the way he was dropping deep. At some points, he kind of looked like playing as a false nine, and he was dropping deep a lot of the times, linking up play with Diaz out wide to Olise, Gnabry as well. But for me, very good performance. Let's be more consistent. Let's keep it up. I mean, Leipzig, I don't know if you want to count that as a big game. For me, I would. He was phenomenal in that hat trick today. Really, really good performance. I mean, the next Champions League game, just checking here. The next Champions League game, Bayern's next Champions League game is, the next game is Hoffenheim in the league, so let's keep the consistency. And then in the second half, I'll be honest, first half was much closer, but the second half, like, not once that I ever think Chelsea were going to score. I mean, obviously they had that disallowed goal at the end through Palmer again, but outside of that, I don't think Neuer had much to do. For me, man of the match was Michael Olise, without a shadow of a doubt. I thought he was absolutely tremendous today. I mean, that second half, he was just taking the mick out of Chelsea, man. Like, he's really, really good. The only thing he just could have done was maybe get a goal because he had some chances that he could have scored. But yeah, really, really good performance by him. And I think this season he's going to announce himself as a superstar. I think him, Yildiz, and Barcola, the three guys are going to announce themselves as superstars. I predicted him this season to get 20 goals, 25 goals, 25 assists this season. I'm honestly, really, unless he gets injured, I think he'll be there. I do think him in that number 10, I don't know, man. I liked him in that number 10, to be fair to them, like picking up like against teams that are going to like give them the ball, they're going to camp out in their box. Him in that number 10, fair enough. I love that. But big games where like he's going to be on the transition, that he's going to be end to end, I want to see him out wide. But yeah, big performance by him. Shout out Joshua Kimmich in midfield as well. I think he's someone, I think, when you're mentioning the likes of Vitinha, Pedri, João Neves, Valverde, Bellingham, I think you got to include him in there. I think he's been really, really phenomenal for the last couple of seasons, especially in that midfield for Bayern, anchoring it, really, really good performance again by him. I mean, Caicedo, Enzo today was really, really struggling, and he got hooked up offside of that. But yeah, man, Bayern really look good. I mean, Pavlovic is another one. I think he's definitely emerging this season. I think this will probably be his coming of age season. Obviously, last season he started off really, really well, got injured, and then by the time he came back, Goretzka was looking so good. But I think World Cup, him, Angelo still a double pivot. Nagelsmann, you better cook with that. But yeah, from a Chelsea side, I was really, really disappointed with a couple guys. Look, I'm not a big fan of this Reece James in midfield, I'll be honest. Like, there's certain games it can work, but Reece James is better out wide at fullback. Like, if you want to double up with two sixes, you could have used maybe Andre Santos there. I mean, I'm looking at their bench. You had Andre Santos on the bench. You could have used him. Sorry, Andre Santos was there. You could have used him and partnered him alongside Caicedo. I mean, you could have. What's his name? Not what is it? Chalobah's should play there in the past. If you wanted to be a bit more defensive, you could have used him. But this whole Reece James out wide is in midfield is not a big fan of him, man. Cole Palmer, for me, I don't know what more to say about him. He's a big game player. Euros finals for England. I mean, even when he was at Man City, Community Shield, Super Cups, games against like Conference League final against for Chelsea. I mean, he steps up when occasionally, and for me, he's the definition of a £100 player. He is, in basketball terms, you call him the franchise player. That is him, man. Great performance by him, and yeah, man. Bayern win, keep moving, and Chelsea, look, you're still a good team, but it's just back to reality, man. And look, the Club World Cup was a high adrenaline, but look, you played the PSG side, who, let's be honest, by that time they played 50 odd more games than you, so down to life, down to reality. Anyway, they keep it moving. Chelsea, you got United on the weekend, and yeah, man, Ale Bayern. And then the next game we go to is, should we go to, yeah, we'll touch on it. We'll go to Inter against Ajax. I want to leave the Liverpool game for much more time. Inter against Ajax. Inter win 2-0. Good bounce back after losing back-to-back games. To be fair, I did have Inter winning 2-1. I did have Marcus Thuram scoring, but didn't expect him to score a brace. And yeah, man, look, I thought Ajax were really, really poor. I mean, Klaassen had that one-on-one chance. I don't know how he missed that, but fair enough. Big up Sommer for that save, because boy, did he really need that save. Thuram, shout out him, man. He was really stretching that back line, and yeah, today he chose to celebrate. Big performance by him. 2 good headers. Shout out the crosses from Hakan, and they rotated their side a bit. Obviously, there was the likes of Lautaro, Augusto, got dropped out. I mean, I think Lautaro picked up something. I was surprised that Mkhitaryan started, because I didn't think he would start with this game, but he started. He looked decent, I guess. I like the young bucket. Is it Esposito? I think he looks really, really good. I'm watching for Inter in the Club World Cup again. Really, really impressive. As for Ajax, I mean, I don't know what's happened to the Dutch teams, man. Because PSV also lost the other day. That was a shock defeat. And again, I mean, you had some key chances. I'll give Ajax that, but it is what it is. Inter, keep it moving. Just use that win as a momentum, because Kivu, you definitely need it. But yeah, not much to talk about this game. We go to the main event: Liverpool Football Club against Atletico de Madrid. Now, here we go. Now, going into this game, I had Liverpool winning 2-0 solely because Julian Alvarez was out, who was their best player, and Atletico Madrid have been very, very poor to start the season. However, their last game against Villarreal, there was hope, because they looked much better in that game, and maybe they could kickstart that game. But I did think the injuries they had, I mean, Julian Alvarez, Alex Baena, Johnny Cardoso were all out for this game. I was actually shocked that David Hanko didn't start this game, and Matteo Ruggeri also didn't start this game. Almada was also out for this game, so some big injuries they suffered. And obviously for Liverpool, it was the first time we got to see Alexander the Great Isaac up top for them. And I actually thought he would come off the bench solely because he hasn't played much. I thought he was going to come off the bench, maybe Ekitike start this game, and you could tell by it, because he was very rusty in the game. I mean, Atletico Madrid just never gave him any time to breathe. Anytime they got the ball, there would be a player onto him by that. But within the first 5 minutes, they were 2-0 down. I mean, Salah's free kick comes off Andy Robertson, goes in as an Andy Robertson goal, and then Mohamed Salah comes up with another goal. Came clutch for them, and 2-0 up, you're thinking, yo, Simeone, they're pouring more gas to the fire, man. I don't know if you're going to make it by the end of the season, but you know what? He dug deep, he dug in, and you know what? Atletico Madrid started to wake up, because that first half, it was all Liverpool. Florian Wirtz again, man. I mean, Liverpool fans, like, I know you want to give him time, but you gotta, to earn time, you have to, show something, and he hasn't showed anything for me to get behind. I mean, come on, man. Burnley, I think he's a very good player, don't get me wrong. I mean, the first 3 games, I understood. But Bournemouth, physical team. Newcastle, St James's Park, the occasion and the atmosphere was always too big. And Arsenal, well, they're just Arsenal. They're defensive. They're a very good team defensively, and they've got very good players. Burnley, he struggled. Tonight, again, I thought Champions League, slower pace than the Premier League, a Spanish side, more about rhythm, etc. Again, he really, really struggled in this game to get into this game, and he got hooked off again. Shout out Ryan Gravenberch in that midfield. I thought he was really, really good. I thought he was Liverpool's best probably player in the first half, really, really good. And then in the second half, El Chorro woke up. I mean, going into the break, obviously they had the chance for Llorente, but he made some big substitutions. He brought on Koke for he brought on Koke in the midfield to shore it up, and then he went to like a 3-5, like a 5-4-1. Yeah, and he brought on the big Soloth. And second half, Atletico Madrid looked like a better side. They were pressing them really high. They had some big chances, and then Salah had that big chance where he hit the post. I don't know how he missed that, but a player of his caliber. And then Llorente equalizes, making it 2-2. Great goal. And you're thinking, oh my God, fair enough. They deserve it. It was a game of two halves. But then, for me personally, I'm convinced Liverpool when they signed Wirtz and Frimpong, they bought that Leverkusen never say never meme. Because how is it they played 5 games this season in the league, excluding the Community Shield? All 5 of those games, the winners come in the 80th minute onwards. Chiesa opening week, like 87th minute. Rio, Ngumu at St. James is in the 90th minute. Soboslai in the 83rd minute free kick. Salah penalty against Burnley the other day. And tonight, what was it this time? The 92nd minute, Virgil van Dijk leaps. Well, he didn't even have to leap. I mean, it was kind of poor defender from that set piece, man, I'll be honest. But then comes clutch, scores. I mean, how many times did you see Sergio Ramos do that for Real Madrid, man? Comes clutch. Come off the hour, come off the captain. That's what your captain's meant to do. You lead by example, you score, or you rise when your team needs you, and he did that. And look, have Liverpool been good to start the season? No. But I think they're still figuring it out. But this window's getting good. This figuring out when they have to figure it out at some point, because these performances can't keep going on, man. I mean, next up for them is the Merseyside derby, and you know it's going to be a derby. Where is the derby at? The derby, it's at home. But you know Everton's going to be up for, especially the way they've started the season. I mean, since the opening week, they haven't lost a single game, and they've been really, really good to start the season. I mean, you do that, hey, Van Dijk's got to be much better. Like, hey, Beto, I think Beto can bully them a lot more. That midfield, those fullbacks, especially, I think they're probably Liverpool's weaknesses. Because, look, Trent and Robertson, defensively, Robertson was good. Trent, he was an all-right defender. But you knew with Trent and Robertson that the other way, Trent, you knew, like, defensively, he might cost you sometimes. But the other way, he'll win you games with those crosses, his passing accuracy, those free kicks. Robertson, likewise, he had a cross on him, etc. But Frimpong, he's not that. He's a winger. He's a winger playing at right back. Kirkes, he's all right, but the couple of games I've seen him, he's been a bit shaky. Robertson came in, and Unk might still have it a bit, because him against Simeone was good, man. But anyway, shout out Simeone as well. Diego Simeone, really, really good win. I mean, at the end, he lost it. I mean, that's just typical Simeone. How many times have we seen? I mean, I think he's the manager with the most red cards in his career. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if he is. But yeah, man, that was a good win by them. I mean, I predicted Liverpool to win 2-0, 3-2. Fair enough. But you know what? I'll take the Chelsea one, because I can't lie. If Palmer scores that, I'm a genius. Hey, but surely, because I predicted 3-2, surely I deserve a subscription, man. Come on, if you're to this point in this video and you haven't subscribed, come on, man. Show your man some love. But anyway, those are my thoughts on tonight's game. As always, remember to like and follow. Remember to like and subscribe for more. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to drop a video for every day for this whole week, and then try to drop a video once every 2 days, once every 3 days. But trust me, at least every week you'll see at least 3 videos of my face. This beautiful face. Come on, I know you. I'm joking. 3 videos every single week. So as always, remember to like and subscribe for more. Algorithm. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. Whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to know. Let me know if you guys want me to go live sometimes. Just a suggestion. And yeah, man. Peace.